Hello, hello, and welcome to what are we doing? We're doing Tea with the Druid 145. That funny, silly countdown thing slightly hypnotized me, I have to admit. Lovely to see you. And do introduce yourselves. Say you're here. Great. From Bavaria, Scotland, France, Wisconsin, Slovakia. Hooray. Lisa, you like the countdown. Cool. Great. Lovely to see you all. So it's been a very, very beautiful day today in Sussex. Beautiful, sunny day. I hope it's been a good day for you too. But there's that bite in the air. It's this delicious kind of movement into autumn where you can see the summer and autumn, summer and winter vying for supremacy, and you know that winter's going to win out, and it's getting colder, and there's something rather beautiful about that. But I was reading an interesting thing in the paper. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say before I start, did you see Ema's Fireside Chat last Thursday? It was fantastic. She chatted to a member of OBOD, Pat, for an hour and a half. It just went on and on, but it was funny and so relaxed, and it was just great. So I'm looking forward to on Thursday night, listening to one of Ema's Fireside Chats again with another member of the Order. And you can watch it on YouTube or on the Order's Facebook page or YouTube if you missed it. So here we are. This is brought to you by the Order of Bards of Eights and Druids as well. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how the power of thought. There was this article in The Guardian a few days ago about somebody who's done some research in Norway about their attitude to winter and how there's very little negative mental health effects of the onset of winter in Norway. And they discovered that it's because people have a positive attitude towards it. They have all sorts of, they tell themselves that they're looking forward to cuddling up under a blanket. I see there's somebody from Stockholm here, Joran. Maybe you can tell us whether that's the case in Sweden as well. So you look forward to snuggling up by the fire with a blanket, having candles burning, looking forward to being able to be out in the snow and looking up at the stars and so on. And it's this very basic idea, which in psychology is called self-talk, that what you say to yourself has an effect on your mental health and on your body. So if you talk yourself down, you go down. If you talk yourself up, you go up. And it's quite interesting if you're sort of going for a walk, you're on your own, and just pay attention to the mental talk inside. And if you find yourself talking yourself down, talk yourself up. Think of all the wonderful things about life and try and talk yourself up. If you're brave and you're used to talking yourself up, try the opposite as an experiment and see what it feels like to talk yourself down. It doesn't feel good. So we know that it works. I had a very graphic example in my own life of when Stephanie told me that she was, a few years back, that she was fed up with always doing the shopping and that I had to do the shopping for the household from now onwards. She'd done it for 25 years. Now, the next 25 years, I had to do the shopping. And I'd always made a big deal about how I hated shopping. I was very snooty about it, consumer society, how awful it is. I don't like shopping. I told myself for 25 years. So what I did when I was given these orders to go shopping is I went into a shop and I just kept telling myself, I love shopping. I love shopping. And I'm very gullible, I suppose, but I believed myself. And so I really started to enjoy shopping. And I do. I enjoy going to the supermarket now. And so we can actually tell ourselves things. But when it comes to the coming of winter, it's very easy for me to locate a little voice inside that says, oh no, the nights are getting longer, it's going to start getting dark earlier, and it's going to be cold, and oh, I love the sunshine so much, I love the warmth so much, isn't this awful? But instead, what I'm doing is I'm saying, oh, I'm looking forward to winter so much. Oh, isn't it going to be nice getting tucked up in the evening and lighting some candles? And isn't it going to be nice if it snows, gets even colder, it'll be great. But if you're a Druid, it doesn't have to be hypocritical. You don't have to be saying this, but you can actually believe it too, because Druids love nature and they love the turning seasons. So our Druidry, our Druid beliefs, our nature spirituality beliefs can support us in this programming. So at one level, we're using some very basic form of programming, using language and how we talk to ourselves. But we're backing that up with our beliefs about the wonder of nature, the beauty of nature, and the meaningfulness of it, and our love of the seasons, which is fostered by our observance of the seasonal cycle, of the festivals as we go around, now moving from the autumn equinox to the time of Samhain, at the end of October, beginning of November. So we're attuning ourselves to the seasons, and we love each season. So this love of nature brings me to another topic that I wanted to talk to you about today, because some of you may know that the last book I wrote was a book on sophrology called Empower Your Life with Sophrology. And I was asked to write this by a publisher in London, and it's now in French as well, and in Canadian French as well. And I trained in this system 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. And I've started since I retired as chief of the order, I've spent the last few months walking alongside a group of people who've been taking a training course that I've developed, an online training course in sophrology. So my routine has been every morning I've made myself a cup of coffee, come up here, and I've responded to each student who's asked questions or recounted their experience with the course. And it's been fantastic. And you might ask yourself, well, why are you interested in sophrology now when you've been working with Druidry for so long? What's the connection? They seem to be very different things. But in fact, they're not. And there's a really interesting connection that I want to share with you, which is that Druidry's characteristic, the characteristic of Druidism, is that it's what you might call an embodied spirituality. It's a spirituality that is not whispering in our ear saying, come away from here, come up into the spiritual world, and work out how you can free yourself from this awful condition of being embodied. No, it's a spirituality that encourages you to come down into the body, down into the world, and to be filled with a love of life, and to say that we are here for a reason, and that reason isn't to find out how to get out. Like sort of claustrophobic people desperately trying to get out of a room. That isn't the reason for us being here in our belief, I would like to say, in the Druids' belief. We believe we're here for a reason, and our task is to enjoy being embodied, to enjoy being in the world. And so it's an embodied form of spirituality. So what is sophrology? Sophrology is a mind-body training system that was developed by a neuropsychiatrist. It's been around for about 50 years, huge in France, absolutely massive in France. It's used to treat cancer patients, to help people have babies, to pass exams, to deal with exam anxiety, anxieties over taking tests, dealing with panic attacks, dealing with generalized anxiety, dealing with fibromyalgia, dealing with all sorts of issues. And it works. It will be very familiar to you if you've done mindfulness training. It's like mindfulness, but it's so much more than mindfulness. I actually trained as a mindfulness teacher, so I know what mindfulness is and what mindfulness training is. And I can tell you that it's much more than that. It's enriched mindfulness training. So I put up a couple of little videos on my YouTube page about that. Sophrology is enriched mindfulness training. And it works with very simple movements, with breathing, with visualization, to bring us more fully into the present and more fully into our bodies. And so the love of the body, the love of embodiment, the love of nature is exactly what it promotes. Because here's the thing, it's so easy when we talk about the love of nature, it's so easy to think of nature being outside. So we will say things like, I think I'll go out into nature now. I love the natural world. I love the animal realm. I love plants. I love the stars. I love stones. I love trees. Yes, yes, but nature is also you. It's this. It's you are the natural world. We are the natural world. And so there's no separation. And loving the natural world means loving the natural. Am I back? I hope I'm back. I think I am. Yes, that's terrible. I just moved my hand towards my mouse. I must have touched it slightly. Can you see me? Can you see me? You're saying black screen. I was just trying to get to the... Yes, you can. You're back. Hooray. Panic over. Okay. So I'm sorry about that. So where was I? So I was talking about how there's really no separation, how easy it is to say, I love nature, so I go out into the natural world. Well, you're in the natural world already. We're already there. It's here. And so I'm just going to read what you're saying, just in case. All good now. Hooray. I won't touch my mouse. I won't even look at your comments, because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to look at your comments. Okay, so let's do some sophrology. And yeah, and I'll just show you, I'll give you an experience of it so you can see what I mean. So it's like, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the sort of meditation you're used to if you've done this before, where we're going to go into our sacred grove, which is where we're going into the natural world in our imaginations. But I'm going to include the body and ourselves, the body, in our meditation in this way. So first of all, what sophrology does is it uses the body as well. So we don't just sit and do a meditation. We actually move a little bit and do various things with the body. So what I'm going to suggest is, if you happen to be doing this standing up, you can do this standing up, but you're probably sitting down. So I'm going to invite you to close your... I'll tell you first, so don't do it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, to quickly run your awareness down your body. And we'll do this very quickly. Normally, these sophrology exercises take about 10 minutes. We're going to do this in about, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that. So we'll go woo, down the body in a body scan like that, which I'll lead you through. And then take a big breath in. And as you take a breath in, just put your hands up above you if you can. And if you want to, you can clasp them here, or you can make little fists like that. And just as much as is possible, and stick your legs out. If I stick mine out too far, I'll hit the plug and disconnect again. Stick your feet out as well. So, and hold your breath and tense up and scrunch up your face. Nobody can see you. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. And then when you have to breathe out, just as long as you can, go like that. Release, relax, let go, and just go all floppy and just relax like that completely. I invite you to do it one more time. Breathe in slowly, and you're just totally in the now, in the moment, doing it. Tense, tense, tense. Breathe out again like that. And that's your induction into the meditation experience. And then I'll invite you to become aware of being in the sacred grove, and we'll do a meditation that you're used to, but with a little difference. So if you're up for it, let's go for it. Okay, so here we go. Close your eyes to better concentrate on yourself if you wish, and become aware of the top of your head, and just run your awareness down. No need to change anything. Just move your awareness down your forehead and brow, your eyes and all the muscles around the eyes, cheeks, lips and mouth, jaw, neck and throat, shoulders, your awareness flowing down your upper arms, lower arms, to your fingers and thumbs and the palms of your hands. Then move your awareness back to your chest and upper back, moving down to your stomach, middle back, and then the lower back, tummy, pelvis, pelvic basin, hips, buttocks and thighs, knees, shins and calves, the lower legs, down to the ankles, tops of the feet, toes, soles of the feet. Just be aware of the whole body now, the whole body. And eyes still closed, empty your lungs of air. And then as you breathe in, just move your arms up. Hold your breath as you try to tense all the muscles in your body. Stick your legs out if you can. If you can't, don't worry. Just try and tense up every single muscle in your body. Tense, 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 just as much as is comfortable, but just stretching, stretching, stretching. And then when you can't hold on anymore, let your hands flop down, release, relax, let go. A moment to settle. Empty your lungs of air. And then breathe in again. And as you breathe in, stretch your arms up. Tense all the muscles in your body as you hold your breath. Tense, 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 tense. Scrunch your face up. Tense, 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 tense. And release, relax, let go. Eyes still closed. Just completely relax. Become aware of being seated here in front of your screen, but at the same time, allow your awareness of the screen and your being seated here to fade as you become aware instead of being seated within a clearing in the forest. You're in this beautiful clearing in the forest, and you can sense the earth beneath you, the trees around you, and the sky above you. Tune into the earth now and just become aware of the strength and stability of the earth. And you can imagine that you have kind of X-ray eyes and you can just see into the soil and you can see all the creatures in the soil and the moisture and the rocks, all the little creatures, all the life in the earth. And being seated on the earth, you can feel how the energy of the earth flows up into your being, bringing you a sense of stability and strength. And you become aware of the trees around you and the trees behind you, and you sense the way they're rooted deep in the earth. And you sense the energy that flows up through the roots of the tree, up into the trunk and out through the branches and leaves above you. And again, you can sense all the life in the tree, all the little creatures that live within the tree, the moisture, the sap moving up the tree, the bark, the birds sitting in the branches, all the essential oils that the leaves are exuding and the oxygen that you're breathing in. All this life. And you become aware of the sky above you. And as you breathe in the energy of the sky. And the energy of the sky flows down into you, meeting the energy of the earth within the center of your being. And your focus moves to your body, and you sense your body as part of the natural world. You sense the way your skeleton is here with its bones, and the way your flesh, your muscles and your veins and your nervous system is all miraculously connected around this framework of the skeleton. You sense the blood flowing through you. You sense the miracle of the body. The brain in your skull. And then you sense the nervous system. And just imagine now that your awareness is moving just to one of the cells in your body, maybe towards the center of your being. Just get a feeling for where the center of your being or your body is right now, where it feels to be. And it doesn't matter where it is, just wherever your consciousness naturally falls to or goes to. And imagine playfully that you're just tuning into and becoming aware of one cell in your body. And you remember hearing how within the cell, between every part of the cell, there are just these vast spaces. We used to think that atoms were made up of hard objects, but they're not. They're packets of energy separated by great distances. So it's like becoming aware of the universe. It's like sensing all the stars in a night sky. It's like becoming aware of a galaxy. And just allow your awareness of this galaxy of tiny points of light, separated by great spaces. As above, so below. As without, so within. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. We are the little universe that is an integral part of the great universe. And allowing yourself to feel at one with this great universe, and knowing you can return to this awareness at any time. Just gradually allow your awareness to move from this galaxy, this universe of one cell within the center of your being. Gradually allow your awareness to expand out to include the whole of your body, seated or standing here. The whole of your body and consciousness fully present here and now, facing the screen, fully present here and now. And when you feel ready, you open your eyes. Thank you, Kika Krisova, for giving the link to the book. That's very kind of you. I've just seen that. And Eva Nibber is saying she saw a little town in Brittany which offers sophrology. The extraordinary thing is every town in France has a sophrologist. If you're in France and your daughter is about to take her driving test and is very nervous, you'd say, oh, go and see the sophrologist. They're just down the road. If your son is about to take an exam, you say, go and see a sophrologist. If you find yourself suffering from panic attacks, you say, go and see a sophrologist. So it's very répandu, as they say in France. It's everywhere, but it just hasn't crossed the language barrier. And I think I know why that's the case. French culture and French language, French understanding is very different to the Anglo-Saxon way of thinking about things. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work with sophrology and express it in a way that is more suited to the English-speaking world. So if it interests you, do have a look. A couple of places you can go. One is a website called Sophrology.institute, just Sophrology.institute, which is an organization that I've started, which I'll put the link there. And then there's also a course that I'm doing. Can't post comments to some destinations. Okay. Well, maybe. And then I'll give you another link, which is to the course. If you'd like to explore it, just have a look. There's some lovely comments. The first sort of wave of students are just coming out of that, and there's some lovely comments from them, and it would be lovely to welcome you into that. If it's your cup of tea, it may not be your cup of tea. What I love about it too is it is so intuitive and elegant in the way that scientists use the term elegant, to just enough, no more, no less. It's so elegant a system that it's quite easy to learn and then to pass on and to help other people with. So you'd be very welcome to join me in that. And then I just love every morning just switching on the computer and seeing people. This morning when I was doing it, there was a student in Vietnam, in Canada, in Australia, and in the UK, I think, all making comments. Just fantastic. So have a lovely evening, many, many blessings, and see you next week, next Monday. Okay, au revoir and goodbye. And I'm going to read all your comments when I've made myself some more tea. Okay, bye.